Welcome everybody to South Florida Redemption, part of the Redeemer webzine, and this is a deck debut video. This is not one of those traditional deck techs. And I'm here with Jonathan Della Rosa, a native of South Florida, I guess you could say Pompano Beach, although we're still in Claremont, Florida, I believe, or Davenport. So he's going to tell you a little bit about this deck.
Okay, the video is kind of like, it is a deck tech, but the theme of this video is more deck debut. And now the difference is the focus is the fact that this deck, it was its first time playing in any sanctioned tournament whatsoever. In fact, I never play tested deck before the tournament. In fact, Friday night during Type 1 multiplayer is when I actually play test the deck. I don't like Type 1 multiplayer that well, so I figured that was just going to be my play test. I actually just threw this together Friday morning. I didn't get the idea till actually early in the morning Friday, like probably around 5 a.m.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's a 63 card deck. Okay, and the offense is white teal. It uses the Daniel heroes with Zerubbabel, because Zerubbabel, he functions very well. Here's Zerubbabel. He functions very well with the Ezra and Nehemiah themed priests during the Israeli revival, you know, when the Jews went back to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple and the wall and establish the Levitical priesthood and everything in the books of Nehemiah and Ezra. Okay, under the Persian captivity. Anyways, here's the Lost Souls. You got the deck discarder. Okay, and then a revealer, female only, New Testament only, Thorns, Exchanger, Negator, 5 by the number, or 3-liner. And then we have 3 sites. We got Promised Land, Dragon Raid, and Ashdod. The defense is Philistines, so Ashdod helps with Philistines playing Treachery of Jezebel, basically. I like Treachery. It's because it's a negate or a redirect in one, and catches people off guard. Actually, I saw Jonathan Mages effectively playing that card, so like, hey, I learn a lot from mages. That's where I got the idea about using the deck discarder. It's kind of like a mini revealer, but one-time use only. Anyways, I'll go to my forts over here. Zerubbabel, obviously, because I'm using all Zerubbabel Temple Priests. Wall of Protection, Jerusalem Tower, Philistine Outpost, and Temple of Dagon. And I have the Altar of Dagon to be put in the temple. I have gifts. You have to bear with me as I try to pronounce this. Urim and Thummim. The Silver Trumpets, I am Salvation, because my offense is primarily Old Testament, so I have difficulty rescuing the New Testament only and female only, so this really helps me out a lot. And Captured Ark to shuffle away artifacts. Part of this deck also, I geared it to kind of go against who I thought was going to be the biggest threat in the tournament, which was Jonathan Mages. So basically, it's kind of like an anti-Babylonian deck. And he still beat me 5-3 in the tournament, but I thought it was pretty good to go down to the second place finisher with barely getting any play testing in. I won my first round, I won my second round, I lost my third round to Jonathan Mages, and I won my fourth round, excuse me. I went 3-1 with this deck, but my finish was probably about 6th place. But you know, this was the first time I ever used this deck in a tournament.
Regional, right?
Regional tournament, yeah. Maybe finished 6th or something. Anyways, back to the enhancements. I got Words of Encouragement. See, I didn't have that Friday night when I play tested in multiplayer, and I realized I really needed it. And then, what's this one?
Symbols of the Levites.
Symbols of the Levites, Burning Bush, and Fellowship. Basically, I can look for symbols of the Levites with Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel, he can basically search for any of the priests and add them to hand or battle. I could add Symbol of the Levites, or I can put Filling Zerubbabel's Temple in my hand. I was considering putting in Holy Unto the Lord, but I just really didn't like the fact that I'd have to discard my hand. So I decided to go with Trumpet Blast instead. Okay, and then for my teal enhancements, Trumpet Blast, Fortress or Site Destruction, Scapegoat, Filling Zerubbabel's Temple, which is really good. I think people underestimate it because you search your deck for Zerubbabel's Temple or a Temple Artifact, or you can search your discard pile for the same thing, either the Temple or an Artifact, to discard an evil character in battle, and then Zeal for the Lord. Moving over to my evil characters here. Herod, he's basically just splashed in there to go against banding chains, because I knew that I knew Jonathan Majors was running Silver Trumpets, and basically that's why he's in there. Because I was building this deck with hopes to maybe
Get paired up against him.
not get paired up against him, but at least to beat him or survive, at least get a marginal score or something. I mean, I didn't do a lot of play testing, really. I mean, it was the first time I ever used the deck, was at the tournament.
That's right.
And then there's Philistine Priests, which is pretty cool because Mages, he likes to put up lampstand inside his Solomon's Temple with Glory of the Lord on the temple, which pretty much doesn't allow you to play your Burial, you can't play your Mayhem, you can't play your Falling Away. When he puts up the lampstand in the temple with Glory of the Lord, and you can't discard the artifact, and you can't shuffle it, and you can't negate and discard it. So the only way you can really get around lampstand is to deactivate it. So that's why Philistine Priest is in there, and I like him because he fetches the temple, the Philistine Temple, Temple of Dagon, and then Philistine Armor Bearer. He's awesome. He searches your deck or your discard pile. I think for just an evil Philistine. Oh yeah, and by the way, since this was a regional tournament, you will see the Goliath promo enter the deck. He's not in here because obviously I got the promo at the tournament. And then the 12-finger giant, obviously anti-banding chains, and he stops silver trumpets. Philistine Garrison, he's awesome as long as heroes don't band. Women as snares. My brother suggested I put her in. She catches a lot of people off guard and steals evil characters. My round 2, I used her to play Josiah Weiss round 2, and he was playing Romans and Syrians, and I managed to capture 4 of his evil characters, and it's really good. It's a card that people don't expect to splash in, and you can steal a player's entire defense and go in for some easy rescues after that. And then Archers of Kadar, I started using Archers a while ago because he bans to any warrior class evil character, and almost all the Philistines are warrior class. So I banned to one of my Philistines, and I get to discard a hero in a territory. And I have Ishbi Beninob, and since both of these are Crimson, these guys, it helps with Treachery of Jezebel, just in case if I don't have Ashdod up. Okay, my evil enhancements. I have Lying on the God, Treachery of Jezebel, Pride of Simon, Bearing Fear, or Bringing Fear, Overwhelmed by Philistines, Land Dispute, which is really fun to play. You understand, yep, I've stolen so many sites with this card. I was joking around that I was playing Redemption Monopoly. I was like just acquiring so much real estate. Philistine Chariots and Horses. Really great card. Every Philistine deck needs it. And I like to play Pride of Simon to usually get back Land Dispute. Or Overwhelmed by Philistines is awesome. Because it cannot be negated if a purple hero is in battle. And I knew Mages was running purple heroes. So. And then the average, or the top 10, I guess. Dominance, Burial, Destruction of Nehustan, Christian Martyr, Falling Away, Mayhem, Angel of the Lord, Guardian, Grapes, Son of God, New Jerusalem. 63 card deck. I don't have a name for it, but I'm sure will give it a name. Did I covered my sites, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Right. I think I will. I'm definitely going to put in the Goliath promo. I think I might go type 1.5 and throw in another Zerubbabel. He's like the all-star. It's just, man, when people kill him, it really stinks. So I don't have chariots. So, but that's it.
All right, everybody, and this is part of the Redeemer webzine, and all the glory be to God.